How's it going, guys? Kyle from VW World here. Today we're checking out the all-new eGolf 2019 model. We're going to be showing off the interior and seeing what we got. So starting off, we have this really nice big trunk space. As you all know, in the Golf models, they always throw a lot of space in here. You can see even side little pockets here that indent even further. Now this side obviously has the charger in it right now. Privacy cover with this Golf, very easy to take off as well, just connects right here. You can pop it off at any time if you don't like it or if you need a little bit more vertical space. You can see there's even a rear pass-through for the trunk, so you can get skis or golf clubs or something that goes all the way up through. Now moving around, back seat space on the Golf is relatively comfortable for the size of the vehicle as well. Now, like I was saying, with that rear pass-through, just fold this guy down, cup holders, and then you can pull on that little lever. And there you go. Now, of course, in these Golf models, you can lay the back seats down if you need a little bit of extra space. There's just a little button right here, you pull. Now it is a 60-40 split. Obviously on this side we got the 40. In the rear, all we have back here is vents. No actual climate control options. Up front, you can see partial power seating for the backrest. And then this lever here moves the seat up and down. Underneath is where you'll actually have the forward-backward adjustment. And then that guy right there is your lumbar. Now on the door, we of course have our mirror adjustment, lock, and then down here one touch for all of the windows, including the rear. And of course you can lock out the rear as well, so if you have kids back there. Taking you actually into the front seat, first thing you'll notice is the really nice leather wrap steering wheel that does have blue stitching all over it. Looks really, really nice and high-end, especially for an electric vehicle. Oftentimes the manufacturers will strip these guys down, so really all you're paying for is the electronic components, but that's not the case in the eGolf. You can see a really nice vibrant display as well. On the left side, you can actually see while you're driving, it will show you how well you're doing with the power and with the regenerative braking as well. On the right, your traditional speedometer, and in this case, instead of a gas gauge, you actually just have the charge. Familiar to the Volkswagens, the screen up here will show you all sorts of different menus and options, from your phone status to your vehicle status, driving data, including your fuel economy, range, and the actual speed that you're going as well. And of course, assist systems that you can deactivate and activate on the fly. The actual wheel itself feels good, and it has a flat bottom. There are also buttons on here. As you can see, I was just using these to control the multimedia screen up front, but you can also use this to access your voice commands, and down here to skip and go forward in your songs or your radio presets. On the other side, we have our adaptive cruise control options, as well as our audio volume up and down. Headlights in this one are automatic, as well as daytime running lights. Coming over to the actual radio itself, I'm sure some of you are familiar with this already, but of course we have the really nice touchscreen radio with your Sirius XM, FM, and AM available. Media for everything else, from your CD to the SD card, USB, Bluetooth, and your auxiliary, of course. Phone, so whenever we hook up, you can see your contact list as well as make new phone calls. The app button, in this case, takes us to the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto screen if we were plugged in via USB. And then on our car screen here, we can actually go in and view real-time data about the vehicle while we're driving. You can just come into here and go into the different screens. Climate control on this is obviously what we're used to with the Volkswagen. Dual climate control, driver and passenger independent of each other. We do have the heated seats in this one, which is a really nice thing to have. Underneath in this little cubby, we of course have our USB. Now this USB not only charges, but it's also going to be the access port for your Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and you do get a little bit of nice storage in there. While we're talking about the storage, you get this little hidden away pocket right there. I like to keep change in there. Some people put their extra SD cards in there. There's plenty of options for it. And then we have this nice big glove box. Gives you plenty of space for all of your stuff, so it's actually usable. And up top, that's where they hide away the CD player. Going back over here, we have our gear selector. Now, obviously, this is an electric vehicle, so transmission is kind of a weird thing to say. But you can see we have park, reverse, neutral, drive, and then our braking as well. Different drive modes, which is a nice thing to have in the eGolf. You can go from your normal Eco to Eco Plus. Normal drive is what I recommend for most people, but if you are looking to squeeze out just that little bit of extra on the road, pop in an Eco Plus for a road trip. Push button start in these models, as well as an electronic parking brake. One cool thing that I thought that I should mention is that they actually brought back the cover for the cup holders. This is something that we haven't seen in a few years since the actual Tiguan models before the redesign. Coming up top, we have our CarNet options, so all the buttons for that, and of course you can sync up with the phone app as well. And then inside here, a little storage for sunglasses. We of course have our controls for the lights, for the doors, the rear, and then independent reading lights as well. Pretty cool that they did make them LED in this model, so nice bright white light. That's going to do it today, guys. If you have any questions or if you like what you saw today, please comment, like, and subscribe so that you can be updated whenever we upload next time. We'll talk to you guys soon.